This conference will now be recorded.
So once again, good morning, everyone. Last session, we discussed Python introduction and I discussed Python installation and I explained how to execute programs in Python using IDLE and Notepad. Okay. And the guys, in the real time, people are not using IDLE. So people are using Jupyter notebooks, PyCharm. Okay. So how to do that one next classes I will tell you. Okay. So for the time being, initially, please do practice here. The code level, everything is same. The editor is different now. So today what we are going to discuss. So today I'm going to discuss about variables. Okay, what is variables? What is the purpose of variables? How to declare a variables? What are all the rules while declaring the variables? And so what is the best practice to declare the variable? How to delete the variables? So we'll see variables related. Let's consider I have here. So this is my IDLE. Now here, last class I discussed about print function. So whatever you are written will be printed as it is. So here what happened is 10 plus 20, okay, 30. Similar way, 12 into 4, 48. Now small numbers fine. I have one big number and I have one more number. I want to calculate sum of these two. It will provide. Similar way, I want to do multiplication of these two. I want to do multiplication of these two. So what I have to do? Again, I have to type everything right. Okay, again, I have to type everything. Instead of this, what I am going to do is, whatever the value here, I want to reuse that value again and again. So here, what we can do is, we can assign this value to one variable. Okay, now A equal to this one, B equal to this one. Now, I want here sum of these two. Now the value we are assigning to a variable. Now A comma B are identifiers or variables. What is identifier? I will tell you. Now instead of writing entire number here, what I can do is the value I assigned to a variable, so I can use directly A plus B, A into B. Okay, so here I'm sorry, I written the same number again. So I am using this number. This is A value and this is B value. Okay, now I want plus. So I am doing addition. A plus B. I want to multiplication. A into B. So here, instead of using the value again and again, what I can do is I can assign that value to a variable and I can use from here. Okay, so this is simple example. For suppose you have a phone number, not phone number, consider bank account number, which is a, okay, consider 14 digits. What you are going to do? You are going to write it to some paper, some book, or you can write it to, you can save in the mobile. So whenever you required, instead of this one, you can open this one and you can see. So here the storage area. Similar way, the value is going to store here in the variable, which is in the RAM. So which is a temporary variable. So here, wherever you required value, that value you can assign to a variable, and instead of using the value, you can use a variable. Okay. Now here, so consider. So here, these variables we can call it as a identifier names. So here Identifiers are names of variables, functions, classes. Names. For suppose, okay, ID equal to 101, name equal to Srinivas. Now in this one, this is a variable, okay, ID is a variable. So you are assigning some value to this one. So here you are assigning this value to this one. So here ID, I can call it as identifier. How you are going to identify this variable using ID? How you are going to identify this one name? Now for suppose definition add a comma b, return a plus b. So I am calling add of 10 comma 20. Okay. Now this def is similar to C language functions. Okay. C language we can call it as a functions. C language C++. But here we can call it as a definition. Okay. Now I can say add is a identifier. Add is a function identifier. Here this name is a variable identifier. Now here add is a function identifier. Okay. So now, so while declaring these variables, okay, while declaring these identifiers, we have to follow some predefined rules. Okay. Now here you declared one identifier. Okay. Now here in this example, a comma b, I can say it as a variables, and I can say this one as a identifier. Now, so here you mentioned a comma b. In this example, you mentioned ID comma name. Okay. Now, when you declare these variables, okay, you should follow some predefined syntaxes. Some predefined rules are there to follow when you are declaring this identifier. Okay. Now, so I'm repeating once again. Identifiers are names of variables, functions, classes. In this example, okay, ID comma name are identifiers of variables. So here in this example, this is identifier. Function name, I can call it as an identifier. So when you declare these things, we have to follow some predefined rules. And also, one more thing is, when you are declaring these variables in other languages like C, Java, there you are going to specify the data type. Okay. So in C language, you are going to write into a equal to 10. Like this, you have to write. Okay. Guys who are all new to this programming language, who don't know C language, who don't know anything, leave it. Okay. So who are already having knowledge. So by comparing this, I am explaining. So in other languages like C, while declaring a variable, you have to specify the data type. What is data type? Tomorrow I will explain. But in Python, at the time of declaration, you no need to specify the data type. And also semicolon is not required. And also semicolon is not required. And at the time of defining the variable, okay, you no need to, here you have to specify the data type. But Python, data type is not required. Based on the value which you are assigning to a variable, based on the value which you are assigning to a variable, compiler automatically internally it will take this one as a integer. But in other languages like C, we have to explicitly we have to mention this one. Okay. Now, so here Python language, I can say it as a multi-paradigm. Okay, means here it has taken all the features of different languages. Okay, different languages features it has taken. So that's why Python we can call it as a multi-paradigm. Okay, now it has a features of C language, all procedural related, functional it can do. Next, C++, Java, OOPS concepts. Okay, so here, sorry. So it has a procedural oriented, procedural functional oriented. So this feature has taken from the C language, and it can support object oriented. This is taken from Java. So Java is also this one. So similar way, it is also object oriented, and also shell scripts related. Okay, bash scripts. So if you know familiar with the Unix commands, bash scripts, there is also you no need to specify the data type. Okay, so this feature has taken from that one. So likewise, Python can be a procedural, can be object oriented, can be a bash. Everywhere we can use Python. Okay, everywhere we can use Python. Now come to variables related. What you have understood is, so what is the purpose of variable is, if you can assign a value to a variable, and wherever it is required, instead of using a value, I can use that variable. And in other languages like C, we have to specify the data type, but in Python, data type specification is not required. So based on the value which you are assigning to a variable, it is going to take the data type. Okay, up to now clear, guys? That's clear up to now.
Clear. Yes, sir. We are clear.
Okay, thanks, Jagdish. Now, next. Okay, so here I said variables, right? These variables are identifiers, declaration rule. Okay, now identifiers should start with A to Z capital letter, A to Z small letter, or underscore. Means consider name equal to Srinivas. Here name is a starts with a small a, fine, A to Z. Okay, for suppose if I am writing 1 2 3 name equal to Srinivas, okay, which is a wrong. Now check this one. Just 1 minute, let me save this. Okay, now here I'm going to save this one. I will share this one also. So as I said, maintain one folder, so write everything here. I mean, if you are main, okay, now so here consider name equal to Srinivas. Okay, now what is the name value? This one. Now here 1 2 3. Okay, location equal to Hyderabad. Now here syntax error. So here what is the mistake is, at the time of declaration a variable you are using this one, but as per the rule, so to start with A to Z capital letter small letter and this one. Okay, now here when you go interview questions, written test will be happen sometimes. There they are asking these kind of questions. Which one of the following is a valid identifier? Which one of the following is a valid identifier? They will ask questions like this. Okay, so one is identifiers should start with A to Z capital letter small letter and this one. And identifiers should not contain special characters. So what are all the special characters? Shift 1, shift 2, shift 3, shift 4, shift 5. So these characters should not be in your variable name. Consider here name equal to Krishna, syntax error. So though it is started with capital A to Z, capital letter, small letter, but it contains a special characters, so here cannot assign to this operator. Okay, so syntax error. And one more thing, identifiers are case sensitive. Means here if you declare this one as a small letters, use small letters only. If you declare this one as a small letters, use small letters only. For suppose product equal to mobile. Okay, product equal to mobile. Now observe here, product equal to mobile. Now, so product mobile, fine. If I declared like this, observe, product is not defined. When you get this error is not defined means you are accessing a variable that is might not declared earlier. Okay, so make sure when you are using the variable, okay, so whatever the case you declared, make sure you have to use the same case. Here I declared P as a small letter, but here I am trying to access this one as a capital letter, so it throws error. Okay, so in other languages like Java, exceptions handling, okay, types of errors, everything here also in Python as well. So not only here, every programming language is having this now. So what is exception handling? Like next classes I will tell you. So today what you have to understand is, so you are going to declare a variable. So make sure when you are declaring a variable, whatever the case you send, whatever the case you declared, so you have to access the variable with the same case. Now, next, identifiers should not be a keyword. So this feature is also in other languages also, should not be a keyword. What is keyword? What is keyword? So as this is the programming language, okay, there are some predefined words they already used for other purpose. So you should not declare those as your variable names. Okay, example. Yeah. So what are all this one? Go to help, type keywords. Here you can see multiple number of words. Okay, these words you should not declare as your variable. Okay, identifiers. So here I said we can use a def. So in C language we are using function name. In Python we have to use the def. So def is a predefined keyword. Okay, consider for loop. Now observe here. So to come out of this one, go to exit. So Control Z to come out of this one. Now here per equal to 10. Okay, so here starting with A to Z, fine, and it does not contain special characters, fine, but still it is going to say syntax error. Why? Because here you assigned, here you declared a variable identifier which is a predefined keyword, so you should not use those as your identifiers. So you should not use those as your identifiers. Okay, so here what is the rules is, so make sure here should start with A to Z, capital letters, small letters or underscore, and it should not contain the special characters, and whatever the case you declared, make sure you have to use the same case, and here it should not contain the special characters. Okay, now so here this is the one. Now here when you declaring these variables, okay, so what is the best practice? Guys, sometimes I'm using variable, sometimes I'm using identifier. Don't get confused. Okay, identifiers is the names of variables. Okay, identifiers is the names of variable. Now this name I can say it as a variable identifier. How you are going to identify this variable, this using this? How you are going to identify this function using this function name? Okay, so here don't get confused, guys. So variables are identifier. Variable identifier is a name. Okay, what is this function name? Okay, add. What is this variable name? This one. What is this variable name? So this identifier is id. So here the how you are going to identify this function using add. Okay, so just names of variables, functions, and classes. So what is classes? This is a OOPS concept. Now consider here, guys, observe this one. Okay, I have a variable name, account number equal to 1 to 1. Okay, is it a valid identifier or not? Is it a valid identifier or not? Can anyone?
Yes.
Okay, this is a valid identifier because it is started with A to Z capital letter, small letter. It does not contain any special characters and it does not a keyword. Now observe here. If I write like this, okay, same we can write. Now observe here. Everything is a valid identifier. So here everything is a valid identifier. But the best practice is, so when you have a, see here, account and number, two words. Okay, so make sure your variable should be, okay, less number of characters as minimum as possible. Okay, so here if I use this one, I cannot say can be account name or can be account number here also. But when I'm going to here, by seeing this, I can understand, okay, this is account, this is number. Okay, just remove the vowels here. So I'm doing like that. Okay, so instead of keeping the whole, if you have it two words, separate with the underscore and make sure as minimum as possible. Now here this is the best one. It is not mandatory to write like this. Okay, but here best practice is try to make it as minimum as possible and it should be understandable way. So here it is also possible, but here if anyone see, he can't say whether it can be a account number or can be account name. Okay, so here also, but here I can say clearly said, so this is account and this is number. Okay, make sure when you have it two words, separate with underscore. Okay, guys, up to now clear?
Clear, sir. Clear.
Yes. Thanks Himanshu. Now here one more thing is, next here, so take one assignment. Okay, so first one, self introduction. Using variables. Okay, so before that let me tell you how to use print statement. How to use variables in print statements. Okay, now so consider I have a id equal to 101, a name equal to Srinivas. Guys, here when you are having a character value, okay, I am going to give single quotes. Okay, why is it so? Next classes I will tell you. Okay, so here for the time being, when you are having a value, okay, character value, then put that one in the single quotes. So here numerical value you can give directly. You can give directly. So this we can call it as a string. What is a string? Next tomorrow I will explain the data types. I will tell you. Okay. So today, if we are giving any value, character value, put that one in the single quotes or double quotes. Now, so here my requirement is. So here I want output person ID is 101. Person name is Srinivas. Here I want output. Okay. Now in C language, how you are going to specify? In C language, how you are going to specify? You are declaring a variable, and here you are writing like this. Okay, in C language, int id equal to 101. Okay, next char name equal to. Okay, now here in C language, you are writing. Guys, please make self mute, guys. Guys, please make self mute. Print. Here you are writing. So here you are writing like this: print person ID is percentile D, comma, here you are writing ID in printf. Okay, so person name is percentile S, comma, name. Okay, so C language, I think here we are writing, so I'm not sure here it's a percentile or single, I'm not sure. So here you have to specify like this. But the same thing in Python, how you are going to specify? Print. Okay, so person. So here this is the value. This is the value. This is string I want. This is string I want. So whatever you want, print it here. Okay, and then here I want a value. That value I assign to a variable. So here just you have to put a comma ID. Okay, now print person. So here I want this one as it is. So put that one in the double quotes. After that, I want a value. That value I already assigned to a variable. Instead of using the value, I can use this variable. Okay. Now observe the same thing here. So what I'm going to do is I am declaring a variable ID equal to 101 and the name equal to Srinivas. Now print person ID is. So here I want as it is. So if I declared like this, so print person ID is. After this, I want value. The value which I am assigning to a variable. So I want to use this variable in my print statement. I want to use this variable in my print statement. So here print person ID is comma. Here you have to put comma. Then what is your variable ID? So use your ID. Okay. Print person name is. Now here I want this value. This value I already assigned to a variable. So wherever the value required, instead of using the value, I can use this variable. Okay. Now, so the same thing I am writing in Notepad.
Sir,
Yeah.
can we bring both the values in a single statement?
Yes. Next I will tell you that one only. Okay.
Okay.
So here, now here if you observe, I executed single lines, right? Now I want to write a multiple lines of program. To do multiple lines of program, we have to write a file. So go to file, new file. So first I am saving the save as. So here I am writing my account underscore details. So by default, save extension is Python extension. So I'm not writing .py. Save. So here in this one, what I want to is So here account details dot py in this one. So I have to write some Python statements. Okay, what I want output is I want output account number. Okay, this one account name, account branch or bank name, HDFC. Okay, so here what I am going to do is I have to take these variable. Okay, so based on these variables I want to print this one. Okay, so here I have to write a Python program. So how to write? So here this is the value. How do you know? Just in our example to explain the variable, so I am consider this is the value. So here I am taking account underscore number equal to 23423, account underscore name equal to, okay, as I said, if you have a value characteristic value, then put that one in the single quotes, and bank name equal to HDFC. So here, as I said, left side is a variable. You can take anything, guys. It is not mandatory to use this one. Here you can say A equal to, B equal to, C equal to. But best practice is whenever someone opened your script, he should understand entire program. So for suppose here I have given A, here I have given B, I have given C. Somewhere else in the program I am using A, but he cannot able to understand. If I using the account number, wherever you are using this variable, by seeing this he can understand. Okay, now so here I want account number equal to, so here comma this one. Okay, single. Now print bank name. Okay, now so here I have written a program. Now I want to execute this one. So this is multi-line program. So I already created one file. So here I am pasting this one. Okay, now here you can see start because you did not save the program. Now save the program using Control S. Now I saved. Now go to run module. So here this is our expected output, right? Okay, now so here take one assignment. Self introduction using variables. Name equal to, okay, next gender equal to, next location equal to, state equal to, okay, I want output, okay, person name is, so here whatever the value you entered, here I want this one. So for suppose here you are entered and here, so in this one, okay, self introduction dot py. So write a program here. In this one, write our print statements. Okay, so here so I want a program like this, guys. Okay, so this is one program I want. Next, Now so here, so how to use print statements, clear, hope. Now for suppose I want to use multiple in the single line. So here consider I have, okay, name equal to Ravi, location equal to Hyderabad. Okay, as I said, if you have a character value, you have to put this one in the single quotes. I want output person name is Ravi and location is Hyderabad. I want an output like this: person name is Ravi and location is Hyderabad. Now how to do this one? So here what you have to understand is, so this is my output I want. So here I have to write a program. Guys, give me 1 minute. Now, so here I want output this one. So now, so here, by these statements, this is the value assigned to variable. This is the value assigned to variable. Okay. Remaining you want as it is. Copy and print this one. Okay. Now after this you want, so here as this is in the double quotes, okay, whatever you are written will be printed as it is. Now here you want value, that value I assigned it to variable, okay, comma name, but there is few more thing is there. So what you have to do is, here again you have to put comma, double quotes, and you can write this one. Okay, now just observe up to here. So here what happened is a person name is, so here the output is, it will be person name is, so here this is the variable. So if it is the variable, then you should not specify that one in the double quotes or single quotes. As this is the variable, you should not specify. Now here what is the value for this variable? Ravi, and again you are written something in the double quotes. So this double quotes one will be printed as it is, and the location is, and then you want some value, right? So the value is Hyderabad, the value is assigned to variable, so you are using this variable here. Okay, so here the variable value is Hyderabad. Okay, now I am using this one. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, guys, up to now clear or not?
Sir.
Yes, sir, clear.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So here what you have to do is take one
Sir,
more assignment.
sir,
Okay, thank you guys, thank you.
sir, excuse me.
Yeah, Himanshu, sorry. Himanshu, go ahead.
हम लोग सी लैंग्वेज जब यूज करते हैं, है ना, तो सिंगल लाइन में भी कोड लिख के सेमीकोलन से ब्रेक कर देते हैं और आउटपुट आ जाता है. इज इट पॉसिबल इन पाइथन?
Yes. Okay, let me know. I mean, I did not understand much. Okay, so here if you have a multiple statements, so
No,
okay,
सर जैसे जस्ट लाइक सी जो है एक सिंगल लाइन में भी कोड अगर हम सेमीकोलन से ब्रेक कर देते हैं तो आउटपुट हमको मिल जाता है. मतलब printf फंक्शन जब एंड हुआ सेमीकोलन लगा के नेक्स्ट printf लिख दिया मैंने. ऐसा पाइथन में पॉसिबल है क्या सर?
if possible, can you write that one in the chat? Actually, C language, I did not remember exactly. Long back I have done. So if you, I mean, okay, if you written in the chat, I can try to explain. Okay.
ओके
And
सर,
also,
ओके.
and also sometimes, guys, I can understand Hindi, but I'm unable to convey Hindi much. So I will reply with English only.
ओके सर, ओके, फाइन फाइन फाइन.
I can understand Hindi, no problem.
Yeah. Hi,
So
Srinivas.
next, yeah.
Sorry, very quick one. When you are defining the variable or somewhere, if you give a space, for example, if there is a space between quote and Hyderabad, H. So while
Okay.
printing, it will eliminate the space or it will consider the space.
Okay. So can you repeat once again, Ravi?
Like for example, in location is equal to Hyderabad,
Okay.
and there is a space in between quote and H. For example, there is a space in the start.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
while
This one. Okay. Here, if you have this one.
like
Yeah.
those spaces, so when in your other execution file, I can see the spaces are there. So as of what we define, it will consider the space as it is, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So here, what you have to understand, guys, if it is a string, I mean, within single quotes, whatever the value you are written, each character is, this space is also, it is going to consider
Character.
as a character.
Okay.
Okay. So the same thing in other languages as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. And now, same. So here, consider write a program, single line. Okay. Now what I want is, so here I want output. Okay. Okay. Now I want output this one. Now similar way. Okay. Let's try. Okay. So this is one output, and okay, let me write this one. Okay, so here it will be okay. We'll try. I want output in the double quotes. Okay, then print statement you have to use a single quote only. Okay, so here I want output this one. Now, okay, now next. So this is fine, right? 150 time we have time, right? Next. So guys, this is here my requirement is clear or not? I want output, but output the value is in the double quotes. Okay, the value is in the double quotes. So how we have to do is try in that. So here be a program, I have to do some trial and error methods. Then only you can come to know. Now next. multiple variable assignments. Okay, let me write. Okay, so here, observe here, a equal to 10, b equal to 20. Now I can say print a 10, print b 20. Now here I defined two variables like this, right? Now the same thing I can write. Okay, I can write a comma b equal to 10 comma 20. So in Python, I can write these two values in a single statement. Okay, in the single statements. Let me tell you this. ID comma name equal to 102 comma, okay, Ravi. Okay, now what is ID value? What is name value? Guys, here I declared ID equal to 1. Here I declared ID equal to 102. So what happened is, in this Python session, whatever the latest variable, it is going to take that value. Now here, up to now here, okay, ID value is 101, but here I declared 102. So now what happened is, whatever the latest value for this variable, it is going to take that one. Okay, now immediately you will get a doubt. Sir, left side I have a 3 variables, right side I have a 2 variables. Okay, for suppose if it is 3 variables, fine. Now a value, b value, c value. Now consider I have a left side 3 variables, right side I have a only 2 variables. Okay, now what happened, sir? So here, check this one. Not enough values to unpack, expected 3, got 2. The here error itself you can understand. Not enough values to unpack, expected 3, got 2. Here you are having 3 values, it should be 3, but we got 2 only, so it will be throw error. Make sure if you are having a multiple values who are assigning, make sure number of variables in the left side and the number of variables in the right side should be same. Now observe, I comma j comma k equal to, okay, I comma j equal to 11 comma 21 comma 31. Now observe, guys, too many values to unpack, expected 2. So here 2 variables are there, so it is expecting only 2, but you have given 3. Okay, so these questions generally you will see in the written test. Okay, in the core Python, what you are going to understand is what are all the basics of Pythons available. Okay, that I can cover, so that next I will cover advanced Python file operation. There I am going to use all these things in how it could be in the real time, that I will tell you. To understand those, first here how to use the variables, what are the possible ways. Okay, so those are required, which I am going to discussing now. Okay, so here what you are understood is, so here multiple variables we can declare. Okay, guys, here if you observe, who knows data type, this is an integer, this is a string, though whatever it is. So here 2 variables, 2 variables. Okay, ID 102, name Srinivas. That too, it is going to allocate sequentially. First A, first this one, second, third, like this sequentially, it is going to assign the values to the variables. Okay, now guys, this one clear, all of you?
Yes.
Yeah, we are clear.
Okay, so here you no need to by heart anything, guys. Here you no need to by heart anything. So just understand, in Python there is a concept, multiple variables we can assign, that's it. Okay, so the syntaxes are everything you no need to by heart. Nowadays you have a Google. Okay, in the college days to write exams, okay, we have to by heart, but here make sure understand the syntaxes. Okay, so for suppose if yesterday you learn print function. Okay, so there you have to specify single quotes, double quotes. Okay, first time it is difficult, second time, third time you are repeatedly using that one, so you automatically will remember. Okay, now
Hello, sir. I have a query here.
Yes, yes, Jagdish.
If I want to assign any null value to a variable, how I
Yes.
can assign in multiple variables?
Okay. So here in Python, there is no null value. Here we have a none data type. So what is none? Next tomorrow I will explain so that you can understand.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next. So this is for today, guys. Okay. So today what you are understood is, so today I explained about variables. So what is the purpose of variables is the reusability. Okay, reusability. So the value, if you want to use multiple times, then you can go for variables. And here, so when you declare a variable, some memory will be allocated in the RAM. So what are all the rules while declaring the variables? Means variable is an identifier of, identifier means names of variables, just a name, that's it. Function name, class name, everything I can call it as identifier. So when you are writing a variable name or when you are writing a function name, okay, definition name, you should follow some predefined. These are all the predefined rules. Okay. And here, so here this is the way to best practice. Okay. And here this one. Okay. And okay. Now here, so multiple variables in writing in the single line. Okay. Now this one. And also here assignments have given. Okay, so here someone asked a question. Okay, name equal to John, ID equal to 20, how to print it? Guys, Ravi, John is a not a this one, right? Variable, right? So if it is a variable or value, if it is value, you have to. Okay, so then you have to, that what I'm saying, you have to write, you have to try. Okay, you are not asking me, just try from your end. So tomorrow I will explain, guys. Now, so here one more thing is swapping variables. Okay, now a comma b equal to 10 comma 20. Now what is a value? 10. What is the b value? Now I want to swap the variables, means swap the values. I want 20 value to a, b value. So here in this one, a equal to 10, in this one b equal to 20. Now I want output b value 10, a value 20 I want. So values I want to reverse swap. How to do this one? Okay, observe here, guys. A comma b equal to 10 comma 20. Now what is a value, what is b value? Here observe, what I'm doing is b comma a. Now whatever the b value, now it is assigned to a. What is a value? Now it is assigned to b. Now what is a value, what is b value? Simple. Okay, so in other languages, see, we have to take a temporary variable, all those circus we have to do. Now but simple here. So as I said, whatever the first value, see, this first value will assign to this one. This second value is assigned to this one. So sorry, this second value is assigned to the second variable. Okay. So in the written test, okay, in interviews, they will ask you these questions. How to swap two variables in Python. Okay. So now it is enough. So tomorrow I will continue, guys. Okay, so tomorrow also same time 7 to 8 and same link next to complete week, same link, and make sure be available at 7:05. Okay, Saturday Sunday. Okay, yeah, I have taken up to 7:10. Now I will start 7:05 and I will start to 8 o'clock. Okay, so I have another session, so I'm going to stop now.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, I will share everything in the email. Okay, and those who are all new to here, so you can fill the form, and so I will upload in the drive and I will upload in the YouTube also, so you can go anywhere. So I will provide the YouTube link tomorrow. Today I will upload into the drive. You can practice in the drive. Make sure share the assignments, guys. Don't ignore, as this is the small, don't ignore. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.